Hi, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today I want to talk about the best and most optimal times to imagine. And so effectively the topic is going to be quality over quantity, because there really is a difference between imagining consistently all day long and a half-baked version of the end versus taking the optimal times and imagining properly so that you can guarantee yourself that you've done it right. And once you can, in your mind, know that you've done it right, then you will have no trouble manifesting anything that you want. So this is one of the questions that I think I get, even though I've made some videos alluding to this idea. This is one of the questions that I've received most, probably 1,000 emails about this topic very specifically. And so I think once and for all, it's important for me to kind of elaborate upon not only my experience, but the experience of the thousands of other individuals whom I've coached, whom I've retrieved data from about their manifesting methodology. So first of all, if you have not done so already, please hit the like button. It does something to the algorithm. Those who wouldn't be able to see this normally will see this. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon for laser focused, very systematic methodology that is not heard anybody else, not heard anywhere else. So do that. Also, starting in the beginning of January, there will be slight modifications, positive changes to my channel, also the rest of my social media. I will be posting various things on various social media, so get in that now if you want to stay tuned, if you want clips, if you want personalized information regarding manifestation so that you can get whatever you want. That's what I wanted. Anyway, let's jump right into this piece. So we are talking about optimal times to imagine, right? So we're talking about quality over quantity. And so here's a question that I want you to ask yourself real quick. And that is, when is the best time to imagine? Ask yourself this question. What do I need to do to manifest, right? Am I supposed to imagine all throughout the day? Am I supposed to consistently pretend regularly and continuously that you are that individual that you wish to be? So in case you don't know, and this is your first time here, manifestation is the art of taking what's in your mind and having some mystical force to project it outward. And I make that sound really weird, right? But really, truthfully, the exact image that we impress upon the subconscious mind will be manifested outward in a way commensurate with this world, the laws of this world. And so the idea or the question at hand is, how do I do this the proper way? How do I impress the subconscious mind in a way which I can guarantee 100% that I will receive in my manifestation? And so due to some conflicting information on some videos, and especially Neville Goddard, which is the man whom I look up to the most, whom I've sharpened my manifesting skills with more than anybody else, he's the most accurate, and I vow that, I swear that, I've tested that thousands of times. But what he says is this phrase, he says, live in the end, right? And so this is a phrase that has confused more people than anyone that I've ever met. And the phrase gives the idea that we are supposed to 100% continuously act as if we already are the person that we desire to be. So there's a couple criteria to manifesting what we want. It is to exercise our imagination and basically in our mind's eye experience what we would experience if we had already received our fulfilled desire. So that means we're not manifesting the middle, because that will cause trouble. We are only going to after we have already received what we want. So if you want to be married to someone, it would be anytime after you had sealed the deal with marriage permanently. If you want to be rich, take a time and space after you had been rich and experience that. Now, if you want to add other individuals in it, if you want to add your friends, if you want to add just you alone, journaling, whatever the case is, if you properly experience the end result and the last criteria is in first person point of view, not third. Third person point of view would be as if you were looking at yourself, like meaning here would be me, and I would be, the camera would be coming from a different way and appearing to be perceiving me. Now, this is not the way we want to imagine. We want to imagine looking through our own eyes, which means I'm looking at my hands like this. I can't see my own face because you can't look at your own face unless you have some weird eyeballs. I've never seen anyone who can do that. But anyway, so that is how you manifest, right? That's how you manifest. But so the idea of living in the end kind of screws things up. It kind of throws a wrench in the gears because that means I have to act this way completely. So here's the thing. It isn't so. My experience personally, and those who I've met, thousands of people that I've had the honor of meeting who manifest, who have heard this and have tried this, have not had the results. There's very few who do achieve these results, but the idea is to consistently and continuously pretend like you already are married, or to continuously and consistently pretend like you already are rich. Now, there are benefits to throughout the day being able to imagine, to be able to take a break and experience what it would feel like, or to imagine a scene which would imply that you are rich or married. But to do it continuously is kind of a waste of energy. You see, there's optimal times to manifest, right? Early in the morning, first of all, besides giving the exact times, what you're looking for is when your subconscious mind is completely impressionable, or at least to the highest degree. So when is the subconscious mind completely impressionable? Just waking up. First of all, nearing sleep. That's the ideal time. Anytime you're nearing sleep, because the conscious mind is reduced to a minimum and you can have slight control over what you're imagining. Now, there's a verse in scripture which really, really quantifies this in a beautiful way, but it basically, I'm not going to butcher the quote, but it basically explains how once you find what you want in your imagination, you hold it onto you and you take it with you while you fall asleep, which basically means to fall asleep while imagining, right? And this is what I have seen never fail. If you can imagine something in first person point of view after the end and fall asleep while imagining it, which means you take it with you into that sleeping state, I've never seen it fail. And that's also what Neville Goddard reports, and that's also what I've experienced through my clients and through the VIP program. So that's the number one time to imagine, to manifest. Now, throughout the day, the problem with it is that there's a lot of studies done on which phase of whether you're an alpha, beta, theta, etc., to impress the subconscious mind. But the issue with pretending when you're walking throughout the day is that you'll continuously slip back and forth from pretending or acting and not. Also, you are not in a good enough state to impress the subconscious mind. When your mind is very active, you're not going to have that opportune time to impress the subconscious mind. And oftentimes what I used to find when I tried this method is that I would get tired and sick, and I would also beat myself up continuously whenever I would have a conflicting thought. And that is what I have found most common between all the clients, all my VIP members, and anyone who has emailed me, consistently beating themselves up over the times when their mind is no longer living in the end. But what I have found on the positive side is that if you take these segmented periods of time in the morning, a nap, or when you're going to sleep, and you visualize when that is happening, when you're in that state, those are the opportune times. And so just to be really, really, really clear, in the breadth of Neville Goddard's teachings, right? Just to be really clear about this, because I mainly teach what I've learned and experienced through Neville Goddard, right? The sharpening of his stuff. In the breadth of his teachings, he does go into depth about this, but for the regular average Neville reader, you will only read these singular things, or you'll hear these singular lectures, but then never be able to cross-reference with other lectures. And so for me, considering I'm obsessed, and I've been obsessed for quite some time, I've had that privilege to be able to cross-reference multiple lectures, dozens of them. And in some, he explicitly explains how he will only visualize up until, or imagine, whatever he uses, his imaginal faculties, up until the point, in the evening, he sits down, closes his eyes, and impresses the subconscious mind until the point where he feels satisfaction. And after that, he lets it go and doesn't even touch it again. Now, for me, sometimes I'll do more than one day. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, whatever it takes for me to experience my end properly. And that is good enough. Sometimes I'll do it one time and I'll experience my manifestation. And here's the thing. Once we plant a seed, it is going to come. If we imagine properly, it must come. So use your quality times to imagine rather than continuously and wasting effort for your best result. This is what I've seen through not only for myself thousands of times, but tens of thousands of emails, messages, people that I've talked to about this. So there's that. Also, I wanted to say, definitely get signed up now for the VIP program. If you want to get involved with a community of individuals, if you want to have workshops, if you want to basically make this your life and experience the greatest things. This was helpful at identifying when to imagine, how often to imagine, and use this knowledge to claim your energy and to use to imagine to the best of your ability. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, bell icon, next video.